All right, I'm going to show you adding fractions with unlike denominators using a method other than the butterfly method. So right now, it's going to seem kind of silly because we don't really need to do it. Butterfly method does this already. I'll tell you what I mean in just a second. Okay, we have 1/2, we have 2/3. So what I'm going to do is identify the denominators 2 and 3. So there they are, 2, 3. Then what I'm going to do is start listing out the multiples of 2 and 3 in order to find the lowest common denominator. So 2, 4, then 3 goes 3, 6. Make sure you always start with that number. Then here I go. 6 is my lowest common denominator. They have 6 in common. So I'm going to change these fractions to both have 6's on the bottom, and I just need to multiply. What did I multiply 2 times to get to a 6? And that would be 2 times 3. Then I'm going to do the same exact thing to the top. 1 times 3. So 3, 6 is the same thing as 1/2. I'm going to do the 3. 3 multiplies times 2 to get to 6. Same thing to the top. 2 times 2 equals 4. That's where I put it. So when I add these together, I get 3 plus 4 equals 7 over 6. And you're probably thinking, well, that's silly. I can just do butterfly method. That would be 3, that would be 4, that would be 6. You are right, except for the next two problems I'm going to show you. So let's finish this one. I have 7/6. Anytime you have an improper fraction, you always should change it to a mixed number. So 6/6 would be 1 whole, and then that leaves me with 1 left over. So 1 and 1/6 is your answer for this. Okay, let's take a look at this one. If I were to do this using butterfly method, my denominator would be 54, which is kind of a big number. And then that first number would be 45 plus 30, so I'm looking at 75/54. Okay, first of all, any ideas what number they have in common? Because this is an odd number, this is an even number, so you're just going to have to be dividing, and this is going to get to be kind of tricky. So that's a lot of simplifying to do that you don't need to do. So let's get rid of that and list out the multiples instead. So I just take the 9 and the 6, and I start listing out multiples. So 6, 12, 18, 9, and 9 is 18. So 18 is a way lower denominator. And bonus points, you won't have to do any simplifying because if you find the LCM, then your numbers are the lowest that they can possibly be. So let's rewrite both of these fractions, 5/9 and 5/6, as a number with an 18 as the denominator. So how do I get from 9 to 18? Well, I did it right here, so it's 9 2 times. 9 times 2, same exact thing to the top, 5 times 2. That equals 10. So 10/18 is the same fraction as 5/9. It's equivalent. Then 6, look, 1, 2, 3. 6 times 3 equals 18. Same thing to the top. 5 times 3 equals 15. Now when I add them together, I get 25/18. That is already simplified. All I have to do is just put it as a mixed number. And don't forget, when you have a number like this, that a fraction, this 25/18, is the same thing as saying 25 divided by 18. So if I just write that out, then it's just a simple division problem we've already done. 18 goes into 25 one time. 1 times 18 is 18. When I subtract, I'm left with 7. So my finished answer is 1 and 7/18. Okay, let's look at one more. This one would be super tricky to do with the butterfly method because you could only do 2 fractions at a time, get an answer, and then have to do butterfly again. So that can get kind of long and drawn out. Instead, we can just find the LCM. So take the 3 denominators, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 2, and I'm going to list out the multiples. So 3, 6, 9, 4, 8, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I listed 2's out for a while because I wanted to get at least to this one. So 12, and then, I just need one more 3 to get to 12. So 12, 12, 12 is my LCM, my least common multiple. So I'm going to write 3 fractions in a row, all with 12's as the denominator since they have that in common. Now I just need to look at each fraction and see how did I get from 3 to 12? What do I multiply that by? Well, I can also just look here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 3 times 4, so do the same thing to the top. 2 times 4, and 2 times 4 equals 8. Now, 4 times what? See if you can figure this out. What would be the equivalent fraction for 1/4 as a 12 denominator? That would be 3. 3/12. I'm multiplying by 3. And then this one, how many times does it take 2 to become 12? 2 times 6, so my denominator, or my numerator is 6. Now I can just add these all straight across because I already have a common denominator. 12, 12, 12. So 8 plus 3 plus 6 equals 17 over 12. Already in simplest form. I don't need to do any simplifying or dividing. All I need to do is just change it to a mixed number because that's improper. So I'll put my 17 divided by 12. Then 12 goes up top, 1 whole. And then when I subtract, I'm left with 5. So 1 and 5/12 is my final answer. Okay, go ahead and take your exit ticket, see how you do. You need to find the LCM. Do not use the butterfly method. All right.